Good day, everyone, and welcome to another edition of our Power Insights video series. Today, we're talking with Nicole Bulgarino, Executive Vice President and General Manager, Federal Solutions for Ameresco, an independent provider of comprehensive energy efficiency and renewable energy solutions for facilities throughout North America and the United Kingdom. Company solutions range from upgrades to facility energy infrastructure to the development, construction, and operation of renewable energy plants combined with tailored financial solutions. Nicole is responsible for the overall management of Ameresco's dedicated business unit serving federal government customers. Welcome, Nicole. Can you talk about your specific role at Ameresco and the work you do with energy efficiency and renewable energy?
Sure. You gave a great introduction, so not try to repeat too much, but I head up our federal division within Ameresco because of the unique federal customer. We have long-standing agreed that it's great to have a standalone business unit that is very familiar with not only just contract acquisitions, but also safety, QC requirements, and things of that nature specific to our federal business unit, federal customers. And so I have been working with federal customers for over 20 years in specific space related to energy. And we will go into an agency, whether it be some of our civilian agencies like the Veterans Administration, or whether it's a GSA customer, to our military customers such as the Army, Navy, Marines, Coast Guard, and provide energy solutions, which may range from something simple like replacing lights to a full-fledged 20 megawatt cogen power plant. So that is what we try to do, is bring them what they need.
So, as you mentioned, working with several government agencies, how has that work evolved over the years, and maybe particularly recently because of the new types of generation options that those types of facilities might have?
So that's a good question, and one of the Ameresco is considered an ESCO, an energy services company, and we use a unique contracting vehicle with our federal partners called Energy Savings Performance Contracting, which enables us to use the savings that our projects provide to amortize the capital cost over a period of time. So this program has been ongoing, have had a really good success over the past 20 years, and we are successfully implementing projects still to this day under that type of contract vehicle. But it is interesting, not only with the proven success of this contract vehicle, but more importantly, with the advanced technology that's out there. Our projects have gone from, again, simple types of lighting replacements, which you might have seen years ago, to comprehensive energy solutions that are not only doing the efficiency in the buildings, but also integrating supply. One of our most recent projects we did was at Parris Island for the Marine Corps. We were able to do a significant amount of energy efficiency within their buildings, but also put in photovoltaic power. We were also able to do a cogen plant and then overlay this with a microgridded battery system. So that's just bringing it all together and managing these assets very nicely with the load of the site, of the base, but also using as much of the sun that we can and taking them off as much utility power as we can.
So in terms of energy efficiency, I know the coronavirus pandemic hit the energy efficiency sector particularly hard. Can you talk about how that may have affected your operations with Ameresco and in your dealings with the government agencies you work with?
So I think for the government agencies, and the great thing is a lot of our projects, again, are using this advanced technology, particularly inside the buildings, to have smart building controls. So the nice thing about that is that we can go in and actually evaluate with the customer the quality of the air inside the buildings. And we can reprogram, reset how we're doing purging outside air, whether we want to have, flushing of the building, to try to allow more fresh air coming in. We've also been able to adapt these controls because there's a lot more teleworking going on. So having these measures in place and working with our customers, we're able to have that ability now to do this, in some cases even remotely, or working with them and going to do that. So I think, it's still a very important piece, especially within the federal world, not only to have energy efficiency, but to have operational flexibility, because things change. And this has been a great year where none of us have been able to predict what will happen. And so having those, to having a building that can be flexible, and again, even on the asset side, the generation side, being able to adjust these assets and what makes the most sense, running the equipment at its most efficient, you're doing that all with the control technology that you have there.
Yes, if there's been one constant in 2020, it has definitely been change.
Change, yes. And I expect that we'll see this not just in the federal world, but also in some of our other customers, commercial and industrial customers, and even in our municipalities. And universities are a great example as they're trying to prepare to bring students back. Energy efficiency combined with these advanced controls can actually be really good help for them to be able to prepare for this. And people are looking at bottom line. They're looking to see how they can reduce operating expenses. So energy efficiency has that benefit as well.
What about renewable energy in terms of the future of power generation in the U.S., but also for cost savings as the cost of renewable energy projects continues to fall? How do you see that evolving?
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing it, and it's just amazing to watch what not only is the cost falling, but the efficiency of a panel now. What you're buying per panel itself is just so much more efficient than it was just even 2 years ago. So I think it's going to continue to play. It is already playing an important part of our energy portfolio, not just for the sense of having a renewable energy source, but also I think what works well with that, and we'll see more batteries being integrated into this, is for utilities, because they are all trying to not make new capital investments. So having, especially with larger military customers or universities, I think you'll see more trends where they can work with the local utility to help serve as help reduce that peak demand off utilities. So they're not having to invest in all this new generation equipment, that they can use these microgrids that are on these larger inner cities, I guess is a good way to look at them, like the campuses and the military bases, and be able to help them manage the assets so they're not having to make additional investment in there.
I know microgrids are a specialty for Ameresco. Are there any interesting microgrid projects that you in particular are working on right now?
Well, we actually have 2 in construction right now with our Navy partners, one at Norfolk Naval Station in Virginia, and one in Portsmouth, Maine for the Navy as well there. And we're putting in additional cogeneration supply for them, but we're also backing it up with a battery to help be able, if they do lose some of the power there at the base, they can transition and keep the cogeneration system online, even in the event of loss of utility, and keep their mission critical facilities going seamlessly, which is the key word there.
Yeah, exactly.
So it is exciting to see.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Nicole, for providing insight into how Ameresco is shaping the future of energy. Thanks to our audience for joining us today. We hope you've enjoyed this. Thank you. We hope you've enjoyed this latest edition of Power Insights. Please join us for the next installment of our series as we interview power industry leaders and showcase the people and companies at the forefront of the evolving power generation landscape. Again, thanks to Nicole Bulgarino of Ameresco for joining us today. Thank all of you for watching, and have a great day.